Today's video begins on Commonwealth Avenue. I'm kind of in a rush here, and I'm currently sprinting towards the Boston University Bridge. But let's slow down. For context, moments before this, I had gotten word that the MBTA's Exhibit Extra would be passing through shortly. But what is an Exhibit Extra, and is it worth running for? You will soon find out. So wait, why am I sprinting for this train? Well, while getting ready for school, I heard that it was nearby, and this is where we are now. I'm stuck at a crossroads. Do I wait on this side of the bridge with a bad shot for the extra to pass, or do I risk it for the biscuit and run to the other side of the bridge for a better shot? Risky shot it is. Immediately, once I stepped foot on the other side, I could see 1074's headlight poking through the shrubs of Goose Park.
I'm on the other side.
You are?
How long do you think you're going to be to CP11? How long do you think you're going to be to CP11? Okay.
See you later. The Extra waited for an outbound Framingham local at the Grand Junction's connection to the Worcester line, otherwise known as the Milepost 3.3 switch. I had no time to see them leave here, and instead I saw their return late in the day. Wait a second. I think it's about time for me to explain to you all what an exhibit train actually is. I like to think about it this way. You see, every single railway has a deep-rooted history. From Union Pacific's links to the Golden Spike, to Norfolk Southern's deep roots at the Horseshoe Curve, they are all quite unique. And for many years, railroads have proudly displayed their history by use of moving exhibit trains. So, how does the train we just saw classify as an exhibit train? Well, on the day that this occurred, March 31st, 2022, the New England Railroad Society hosted the 2022 RailTech Conference in Worcester, Massachusetts. The event featured a dinner, seminars, and most importantly, an equipment display. The equipment that was put on display was MBTA F40PH3C number 1074, Am Railways FP9A PIR1, and MBTA Genset Switcher 3248. The move was based at the Boston Engine Terminal and ran on the Grand Junction towards the Worcester line, where it eventually went west. People were allowed to tour the locomotives, and thus, the train was on exhibit from the hours of 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The last exhibit train to run to Boston was the Amtrak exhibit train in June of 2016. It celebrated Amtrak's 45th anniversary and toured the country with a consist featuring interactive displays, trivia, and other museum-esque components. Amtrak has not ran an exhibit train to Boston since. Let's head back to the afternoon of March 31st. It's 4:30 p.m. at the 3.3 switch. I am now in place and ready for the extra to arrive. There it is. But wait, there's an issue. An outbound MBTA is approaching right now at a restricted speed. Unfortunately, as you see, this outbound cuts right in front of the extra. But luckily, this was not our only chance to see this train. Because of the oddity of this move, the PAR-1 was moved to the west end of the train. Pan Am Railways 1, or PAR-1, was built in 1954 and began its life as Canadian National 6505. Later, in 1978, the unit was placed in service on Via Rail Canada, the Amtrak of Canada. Then, in the 1990s, Via Rail sold good old 6505 to the Conway Scenic Railroad in New Hampshire. 6505 resided in Conway for 20 years before being sold to Pan Am Railways in 2010, where it became PAR-1. And now it sits here at the 3.3 switch. This big blue locomotive's future does not seem very clear. The up-and-coming Pan Am CSX merger means that we have less and less time to see Pan Am equipment. Now, the extra shoves down into 3.3 and gives the illusion that PAR-1 was leading on MBTA territory one last time. We ran to the Boston University Bridge to see them run to BET. Deja vu, if you ask me. It was a bittersweet moment seeing PAR-1 go over the BU Bridge for the last time. This piece of equipment has been through thick and thin and highlights the legacy of the FP9A locomotive. I hope you now understand a little more about what an exhibit train is, and examples of exhibit trains that have ran in the Boston area. Thank you for watching.